Hey everybody. So moving on to our next lesson now where we are multiplying polynomials. And basically what this should say is multiplying polynomials by other polynomials. So we're going to be looking heavily at basically how the distributive property works and how that's going to affect the way we solve these problems. So best way to do this is just jump in. I'm going to do some examples from the book. So we got this first one. It says find the product, and it lists two binomials. We've got 2x plus 3 and x plus 5. All right, pretty simple binomials, not complicated at all. So with this problem, I think, the best way to think about it is, and we have done some of this in the past, is you're going to always look at kind of, all right, I'm going to treat this as my first term, and I'm going to distribute that to both of the items in the other binomial. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this term, and I'm going to distribute that. So you're going to wind up with four terms that you're going to have to look at and see if they need to be combined, and if they do, you do that. So there's a little bit of fussing around to do with this, but it's really not that complicated. So let's I'm going to erase all of this, and let's just take a look at just doing this bit by bit. So we're going to start with, I'm going to switch colors, and we're going to start with our first term in the first binomial and distributing that to the second binomial. So I'm going to distribute this term right here to this whole binomial. So let's start with that. So we have 2x, and I'm just going to write this out on this first one so you can see it. So I have 2x times x, and then I'm going to multiply it by that, and it's going to be plus, because we're going to have a positive, because 2x is positive and 5 is positive, plus 10, or sorry, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of doing it this way, plus 2x times 5, and then we're going to do this term now and distribute it, so plus 3 times x plus 3 times 5. And so I don't expect you to write this out this way. I'm just doing this one really obviously so you can see it. So 2x times x, 2x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 5 is 15. And then if you look at this a little more carefully now, you should be able to see that 10x and 3x can be combined. And those are the only two that can be combined, all right? So we're going to combine these, and we'll get 2x squared plus 13x, because that's what those combine to, plus 15. And so this gives us our finished answer, our simplified answer, right? 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. And so a lot of times with these, if you're dealing with binomials that kind of have the same degree and look sort of similar, you're going to usually be able to simplify it a little bit. All right, let's just look at a couple more. We're going to go through them a little more quickly now that I've kind of shown you the process. So x times 3x gives me 3x squared. X times 4 gives me plus 4x. Negative 2 times 3x gives me negative 6x. And then negative 2 times 4 gives me negative 8. And so my next step is combining like terms. And I know that I have two like terms here that I can combine. And these are going to combine to be negative 2x. And then I'm just going to fill around that with the rest of this. And so this is my finished expression. 3x squared minus 2x minus 8. So like I said, these simplify and clean up pretty quick when you're just doing a binomial times a binomial. All right, this one. This is one of the try this examples from the book. So 3m times 4m is 12m squared, because you have m times m. 3m times 5 is just 15m. Now if we do 4 times 4m, we have 16m, and then 4 times 5 is 20. And so let's combine our like terms. We got 12m squared plus, 15 plus 16. And I can combine these because the m's are the same variable and have the same degree exponent. So 31 m plus 20. All right. Last example here. So 5y times y gives me 5y squared. 5y times 8, and they're both positive, gives me plus 40y. Negative 2 times y gives me minus 2y. And then negative 2 times 8 gives me minus 16. So again, I'm combining my y's. My y terms, 5y squared plus 38y, because 40 minus 2 is 38, minus 16. And you have a simplified answer. The next video, we're going to look at kind of a mnemonic device used for remembering to make sure we're multiplying everything out.